Is there really anything left to say about The Shining? Hasn't everything already been said about Stanley Kubrick's legendary horror film from 1980? I mean, we've all heard it. How he basically milked Stephen King, who wrote the book the movie is based on. How Kubrick had zero interest in collaborating with King, and instead just wanted to understand why someone would write a story about a father who possessed a real threat to his wife and son. That's been told. We've heard about the hotel's impossible layout, how there are rooms and hallways that physically couldn't exist. We've heard all the theories, the fake moon landing, the Holocaust, the genocide of Native Americans, even the idea that Jack Torrance is writing the story we're watching. And that is what we see in the end. Him with an axe going insane is actually the story he's created in the film. All of this and so much more has already been said. So, what could I possibly add? Well, I'll get to that. But first, I want to do a shout out to some amazing thinkers when it comes to The Shining. Miss M and her channel Objects of Art, Rob Ager from Collative Learning, and Joe Gerard. Honestly, you could just stop watching this and go check out their stuff. It's brilliant, sharp, insightful, surprising, and even funny. But if you're still here, I'm going to share a few thoughts on my own. Something in The Shining that might be new to some of you. First, though, I need to get a few things out of the way. I think The Shining is the most brilliantly constructed film ever made. That doesn't mean I think it's the best film. But in terms of preparation, subtext, and the sheer amount of interpretation it invites, nothing else comes close. Not for me, anyway. The reasons there are so many interpretations is because Kubrick told the story in so many layers. It makes total sense that people see it in so many different ways. And I think that's exactly what Stanley Kubrick intended. But the thing I want to zoom in on is the exit signs. They're everywhere. Now, I know others have mentioned them before. I saw a video not long ago where someone suggested that the signs were an ironic touch, kind of like a wink to the horror genre. Like, why are you still in that creepy house? Just run. But of course, no one ever does in horror movies. That might be true, but I've been thinking about it a little differently. To me, The Shining is about the American society. Everything we see on screen is, in my view, a metaphor for the US way of life. In this society, you're supposed to start a family, get a job, have a soda, and do your part. Then use your paycheck to relax a bit, recharge, and then get ready for another work week. And underneath all of that, there's a deep collective guilt over what was done to the Native American population. And that guilt doesn't go away. It gets passed on generation to generation. But in this American life, families lock the door and shut themselves inside. They get isolated in the family bubble, and quite often, psychological and physical abuse take place. And the abusers are often those who just couldn't take the pressure anymore, of have to repeat their doings every day. So they grab the bottle or something else and get mean. And that's where the exit signs come in. I think that Kubrick saw the American system and he didn't like it one bit. And he wondered, why do people put up with it? Why don't they just leave? Because you can, right? I know, you might be thinking, but I can just walk away. This is my life. What am I gonna do? Exactly, I'm sure that Kubrick understood this as well. We're trapped in this web. Even though there are ways out, exit signs all over the place, we don't take them. Because we don't know what's on the other side. Maybe freedom, or maybe a snowbank. But that's what I believe the exit signs in The Shining represent. The fact that you can leave the madness. There are always escape routes, other doors, other paths. But we don't take them, because the fear of the unknown is often stronger than the madness we gotten used to. And that's why the modern world just keeps spinning. Thanks for watching.